Grand Rising, my beautiful Tasteful family. How's it going today, you guys? Hope y'all are feeling good, feeling great. It's Thursday. We got one more day, and then it's the weekend. Thursdays is pretty much the weekend for me now, just because I went to this, like when I went to college, they it was in like a partying school or whatever, and they would start Thursday. They call it Thirsty Thursdays, okay? So they would start their weekend on Thursdays, okay? And so that just like, I know for a lot of big cities and stuff too, they start their weekends on Thursday too. Some of them, most of them, okay? So technically it's the weekend for some people. Others of you guys to start on Friday, okay? But yeah, I hope y'all are feeling good this morning, okay? I'm not gonna cap. I woke up feeling very defeated, okay? Like, I feel like it's just interesting. Yesterday was good overall. There were a few things that happened that it really wasn't the situation at all, but it triggered things within me that kind of made me feel super defeated, because like I come from an environment where people go out of their way to try to make my life harder, okay? Like people who are malicious and petty and, you know, go out of their way to make me feel hurt and pain, okay? So even though I have gotten out of that environment, it has affected me, okay? Like it affects my mental, it affects how I feel people will treat me. It makes me believe that I don't belong in spaces, you know, in areas, being connected to individuals. That's why I stay to myself a lot. And so when I do open up to people and an obstacle will show up or an obstacle will happen, it's just things that my thought processes with those, it's not really the best, you know, and I'm aware of it. And I combat them, but it hurts that naturally I would think, oh, you know, naturally the thought patterns that come up makes me want to shut down. Like naturally the thought patterns that come up makes me want to go back into my little isolation, you know, in my room and just stay in my own energy and stay to myself, you know. So I was kind of defeated by that, because I really hate that I have to continuously do this. You know, I'm going to, I promise you I will. It still just hurts. It really does, because I'm like, it's really difficult to be open, you guys. It's so hard to continue to love, and it's so difficult to continue to give when you've always been placed in situations where people take advantage of you. And I know, like, when, you know, those situations would happen, a lot of them would always tell me, you know, well, maybe you've learned your lesson and you won't give so much. You know, like, that's literally what one of the people tell me. Or one of them be like, well, ain't nobody tell you to do that stuff. And, you know, it's very true. Hey, Tonka. You know, that's very true. No one told me to give so much. Nobody tell me, you know, to love. Nobody asks for things. I'm just very considerate, you know. And so being placed in situations like that, sometimes you don't want to, hey Tonka, hey, good morning. Sometimes you don't want to, hey Tonka, baby, I don't want you to pee on me, because I don't say hey to you. But yeah, sometimes I don't even know what I was saying. But yeah, so I was just combating with that. I'm still doing so, okay? So it's like, after I finish with this video, I think I'm gonna go to the park. I'm going to go look at my journal. I have a lot of things that I'm creating in my life that actually aligns with my highest timeline, okay? So the best of the best. And I'm going to see how I can align my mind. You know, yesterday it was like a releasing period and making a final decision to release from things that are taken from you. I have a lot of ideas and natural thought patterns that take away from my peace of mind, that take away from my highest storyline, et cetera. And I'm just like, these people who I'm in contact with now, they could just make decisions and do things that are like, it's totally okay, it's totally fair. But I don't know, it's really just the way that I think. It's just the way that I think. I'm just so afraid of having to go through those situations again. Like, it's not like it didn't just happen, you know? Like, literally, I tell you, 2 months ago, I was the lowest I've ever felt, you know? And so I just have to be patient with myself in reality. You know, I can't undermine my emotions and my feelings. I can't just be like, oh, everything's okay. I have to embrace it. I have to embrace that I'm emotional. I have to go release those emotions and feel those emotions. I can't just ignore them and to continue to do the work that I'm doing here, which I'm capable. That's how I was in the past, but this is not healthy. I don't want to adopt to that. I want to be healthy emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. I want to be healthy in all areas of my life, okay? So if y'all have been struggling too, just understand that we go through this together, okay? We are literally healing together. That's why we're doing this, okay? That's why we're doing this. That's why we're here, okay? We understand that it is difficult, but we are going to do those necessary hards to stay committed to our routines, okay? And we're going to do the necessary hard to release ideas that literally contradict the life that we are desiring to build, okay? Because at the end of the day, fear and faith cannot coexist. Yes, you've gotten hurt, okay? But you are literally you're in a new stage. You're showing up as a new person. You've developed yourself, okay? So you put yourself around different energies, okay? You just have to trust the work that you've put in will actually show in your physical environment. Fear and faith cannot coexist, okay? So it's just like, these are the things that I tell myself to keep me moving forward in my life journey without having to close myself off, because it is very easy to close yourself off, especially when you think about all the pain. You focus on those things that will cause you to stop. It's not good to focus on those things. It's not telling you to ignore it, okay? But you have to also give yourself logic, okay? As you can't just be so heavy in your emotions that you end up blocking your blessings in real life. Because I know for a fact the only thing that will stop me from succeeding is self-sabotage. I've done the work. I trust it. I trust the process. I trust spirit. I trust that I'm finally in the best season of my life. I trust that I can enjoy my life. Okay, this is what I tell myself every day. I trust this to be the best season of my life. But sometimes, you know, the natural thought patterns that come up tries to contradict that. And it's my job to not feed into it. The stories that my own mind tried to tell me based off of the experiences that I've been through. I don't have to adopt to those things as my truth. I am the creator of my story. I do not have to allow for my past experiences to write a story for me that I don't feel like aligns with how I deserve to live my life, okay? So let's go ahead and list our 6 core beliefs, you guys. We say these every single day to help to make it easier to retrieve the energy for the version of us that we deserve to transform into. As we're going through this process, you are going to have a lot of emotions and feelings that come up from your past, a lot of emotions and feelings that come up that don't make you feel good. And with the mindset of understanding that those emotions and feelings are just coming up so they can get out of you. Okay, they don't belong here. They're taking up space within you, and something better deserves to be there. Okay, so don't be so defeated by those feelings. Allow for those feelings to flow. Allow for that stage to pass you by. But do not think that you are going to stay in that state forever, because that is not the case, especially when you are doing the work too. I know it could be very difficult sometimes, but make sure you are also being kind to yourself and your own mind through this process, okay? So number 1, the me that I see is all that I desire to be. Ashe. Number 2, I don't have to worry about others achieving their goals. It is not my responsibility. Ashe. Number 3, it's okay for me to say I don't have the energy to be here for others. Ashe. Number 4, I am more than enough in all of my stages. Ashe. Number 5, I am certified through spirit to live a limitless life. Ashe. And number 6, I am loving everything that I do. I feel it. I embrace it. I am it. Ashe. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get a positive affirmation card here. Okay. Thank you so very much, Spirit. I truly, truly appreciate you for allowing for me to be a clear channel and a clear beacon of light. Thank you so much for allowing for me to release ego with all of my readings. I truly, truly appreciate you for only allowing for high vibrating energies and entities in this space, those with our highest intentions in mind. Okay. So what positive affirmation card would you like to give to the collective today? Show me clearly, please, Spirit. All right, so we have it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. So it says, I am not limited by any past thinking. I choose my thoughts with care. I constantly have new insights and new ways of looking at my world. I am willing to change and grow. So this is very beautiful, you guys. Like literally, what are you baking? What are you making? What are you creating with your thoughts? Your thoughts are ingredients, okay? They're ingredients that will make something, okay? So looking at your thoughts as something, as a bigger picture of things, ask yourself, what is this one thought will create for you? Like putting this one ingredient in to whatever it is you're trying to make, a cake, you being your final product technically, okay? So what are those thoughts like? How are those thoughts helping you show up? Are these the best ingredients that you're putting in towards your finished product? Really asking yourself that, and just understand, like, if you don't like that ingredient, you do not have to pour it into your mixture, okay? So that's very, very beautiful. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's see what I am affirmation card they have for you. Thank you so very much, Spirit. I truly appreciate you. I am affirmation card. All right, so we have, I am receptive. I am open to new ideas. I am willing to try different methods. I consider alternate viewpoints. I welcome intellectual stimulation. I am receptive. This is very beautiful, you guys, especially when it comes to your own thoughts, because it's like sometimes the story that you tell yourself, especially subconsciously, okay? Like I had talked to one of my friends about just some of the feelings that I was feeling yesterday, and you know, like I said, I never really feel like I belong somewhere, and so I always be like, oh, maybe it's time for me to go. And he would just be like, you know, maybe that is the truth, but maybe, you know, like, you know how you can, whatever you believe to be true is your truth, pretty much. He's like, maybe it's because you feel like you can never be somewhere for a very long time because of the things that you've been through, you know, that you always are on the move, you know. Ooh, it's kind of gonna make me cry, y'all. But yeah, he was like, maybe that's why, you know. And he was just like, you don't have to always be on the move if that's not what you want, you know. And I'm just like, that's not what I want. I want to find some place where I can ground myself. I want to find a place that I feel like is my home. Like I legit want to feel like I belong too. And so, like, him saying that really triggered a lot in me, and I was like, damn, you know, that's my subconscious right there, you know. That's my subconscious literally trying to create something for me that does not resonate with how I want my life to be. And, you know, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have been, if I wasn't receptive to that, like, I could legit be creating things that legit sabotage myself. So really take the time to really think deeply about the way that you naturally think, you guys, because usually the way you naturally think is based off of your experiences. If your past experiences weren't the best for you, you might be naturally thinking of things that's literally bringing your past into your present, and you don't deserve that, okay? So let us see what energy to focus on to help you positively move forward today. Thank you so very much, Spirit. I truly appreciate you. So what energy should the collective focus on to help them positively move forward? All right, so we have the Two of Swords. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, because the Two of Swords talks about subconscious, you guys. Subconscious work. It's like things you want to say, things you want to cut off, the emotions that you know are there, that are affecting you, but you do not want to open up to them. You don't want to feel them. You don't want to be honest to yourself about them. The Two of Swords is just like, it's like a crossroad. It's a decision that you have to make, but you don't really want to because it's emotional, okay? It requires you to stand up for your boundaries. It requires for you to do what's best for you. With this Empress card being here, this does talk about unconditional love. It talks about treating yourself. It talks about nurturing yourself. I do feel like this is you getting more in tune with your feminine energy, because your feminine energy helps you nurture your emotions and heal your emotions, okay, from an unconditional place. So going back to that, I am more than enough in all of my stages, really understanding that even when you feel like, even when I'm feeling like this, I'm not over here saying I'm not worthy. I'm still worthy. I'm still an Empress, you know. Even if you don't see yourself clearly yet, it doesn't mean that you're less than, you know. Even if you're healing, it doesn't mean that you're less than, okay? So the hidden things that'll help you is to look deeper into your subconscious, look deeper into how you see yourself, the decisions that you make, the thoughts that you have, and really asking yourself, you know, are you open to the things that have hurt you? Are you truly open to looking at those things that have hurt you to see how they have affected your thought patterns? Okay, that's the action step, looking at those things that have hurt you to see how they affect your thought patterns. Okay, with that being said, you guys, I love y'all so very much. Remember, y'all, we're always lit, we're always growing. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. Protect your peace and do not let these hoes get you outside yourself. Okay, toodles.